This is my culminating project defense on embedding Chromebooks into social studies instruction as tools of inquiry and collaboration. In my pre-service training for social studies instruction, I spent time in both middle school and high school classrooms. The school district where I conducted my research has dedicated valuable resources to support the use of technology in the classroom with the availability of Chromebooks in high device-to-student ratios, dependable Wi-Fi, and responsive tech support. The technology was available for student learning, but was it being utilized effectively and integrated into regular curriculum? With such valuable tools at my disposal, I wanted to find ways to embed Chromebooks into class curriculum as tools for inquiry and collaboration. Research supports the integration of technology such as Chromebooks into class curriculum as tools for increased student learning. Chromebooks in the social studies classroom can support disciplined inquiry and engage students in historical thinking. They can also support student-centered learning and foster positive group cohesion and classroom collaboration. However, barriers exist for successful integration of technology into class curriculum. External barriers, such as poor infrastructure or institutional supports, can impede successful Chromebook integration. Internal barriers such as teacher expertise, experience, self-efficacy, technological know-how, and time constraints can also impede successful Chromebook integration into class curriculum. To overcome both external and internal barriers, research suggests the need for strong professional development to support teachers as they integrate technology into class curriculums. Methods. I worked with my mentor teacher to determine areas of curriculum where I could implement Chromebook use and conduct my action research. My action research took place in 4 class periods of 6th grade social studies. Each class had a diverse student population and were inclusive of ELL students, TAG students, and students on IEPs. I determined that Google Classroom would be a good platform from which students could work with Chromebooks, so I set up Google Classrooms for each of the 4 classes. My mentor teacher was supportive of this action research as it would help her to also build Chromebook use into her curriculum. To integrate Chromebooks into class curriculum, I did the following. First, I devised a simple activity that was used as a test run for the Chromebooks. This activity was designed to work out any bugs with Google Classroom, student logins, and procedures for Chromebook use. Second, I devised several inquiry-based activities using Google Forms and links for research that were posted in Google Classroom. Third, I tested the collaborative potential of Chromebooks by devising a Kahoot game that's an activity that reviewed for a unit quiz. Fourth, I conducted an end-of-unit quiz via Chromebooks using Google Forms, where I collected student test data electronically using Google Classroom and Google Sheets. Data was then collected on Chromebook integration using the following methods. First, I collected quantitative data by conducting a student survey via Google Forms on the impact of Chromebook use and Google Classroom on student learning and collaboration. Second, I collected qualitative data by interviewing my mentor teacher, seeking her evaluation of the effectiveness of Chromebook integration into class curriculum. Third, I gathered qualitative data by recording my observations and reflections of the entire process in a journal. Results. Data from student surveys aligns with data from my mentor teacher interview and my observation and reflection journal. It also demonstrates that Chromebooks were successfully embedded into class curriculum as tools of inquiry and collaboration. When asking students if they used Google Classroom for social studies outside of class, 54% of students answered yes. I wanted to know what they used Google Classroom for, and this question shows that 41% used it to finish assignments, 33% used it to add to their learning, 12% to make up for missed days, and 14% for other purposes. Students that chose to finish assignments showed that they were using technology to collaborate between school and home. Those who chose to add to my learning shows that they were using technology for inquiry-based reasons. And for those who chose to make up for missed days, it showed that students were using technology to collaborate between school and home. 96% of students stated that Google Classroom was helpful. These results are promising and point towards success in embedding Chromebooks into class curriculum. The quantitative data from these questions aligns with qualitative findings. 92% of students found that Kahoot was helpful for quiz review. 57% preferred to use Kahoot with a partner, while 28% of students enjoyed Kahoot both alone and with a partner. I interpret those findings to mean that 85% of students found benefit in using Kahoot collaboratively with their peers. This aligns with interview data from my mentor teacher and data from my observation and reflection journal, as both my mentor teacher and I noted high levels of collaboration and engagement as students participated in the Kahoot activity. Many students remarked over multiple days how much they enjoyed Kahoot, and they asked repeatedly when we would be playing it again. The competitive format of Kahoot seemed to increase the collaborative engagement of students. I was surprised at the results from 2 classes that participated, because in those 2 class periods, the winners of the Kahoot were students who I did not expect to win due to their lack of engagement in other classroom activities as well as incomplete classwork. One survey question asked students, what did you like most about using Chromebooks? 46% of students included in their answer an inquiry-based reason. Following are some inquiry-based examples from students' answers to this question. We can work more at our own pace if we are researching or doing something like that. What I like most about using Chromebooks in class is to research about social things. We usually have our education expanded, and it is funner. There are special utilities which help me understand the assignment better. 24% of students shared a collaborative reason for liking the Chromebooks. Students shared the following. You discover things with a partner. I most like to use the Chromebooks for Kahoot. It's my favorite. I like to use it with a friend. What I like most about using the Chromebooks is doing Kahoot because it tests my knowledge. When added together, inquiry-based and collaborative reasons comprise 70% of student responses to this question. This tells me that as I have embedded Chromebooks into class curriculum, they are being used in ways that support inquiry and collaboration. This action research has given me valuable practice with embedding Chromebooks into existing curriculum and will benefit my professional development. It's made me aware of barriers to successful implementation of Chromebooks into class curriculum and given me tools to overcome those barriers. It has also given me ideas for further research. Throughout my action research, I noted that students worked well in pairs as they participated in Chromebook activities and showed few off-task behaviors. When students had questions about the assignment, they collaborated to find answers instead of coming to me for help. This aligns with research that showed that increased cooperative learning practices and more meaningful collaboration when students work in pairs with devices such as Chromebooks. Next steps. I could further study the potential of Google Classroom to support proactive student actions toward their own learning. Research supports the potential of Google Classroom as a proactive support to student learning, where students rely less on teachers and take on more responsibility for their own learning. I'm also interested to further develop my proficiencies with other Google products, such as Forms and Sheets, as tools to supplement existing curricula and to increase productivity in the classroom. I saw the potential for increased differentiation of instruction through Kahoot as well as student responses to one of the survey questions. The question, what did you like most about using Chromebooks in class? Specifically, as I analyzed data from that question, I noted the differentiated benefits of Chromebook use to students' individual needs. I would be interested to follow up with further studies on the potential of Chromebooks for differentiated instruction. Research shows that technology integration into classrooms can increase the frequency and meaningfulness of differentiation of class instruction, which can allow for a more personalized learning environment for students. As I've learned to embed Chromebooks into curriculum, I've realized that a growth mindset is crucial. Carol Dweck, the iconic pioneer of the growth mindset theory, emphasized the impact that a teacher with a growth mindset can have on student achievement in the class. Yes, professional development is needed, and can help educators overcome barriers to technology implementation, but success ultimately comes down to the teacher having the self-efficacy to just figure it out. Perhaps professional development that focuses on developing a growth mindset in relation to technology integration would be more successful than just professional development that focuses on teaching technology. The self-efficacy and problem-solving required for this action research is the kind of self-efficacy and problem-solving I want my students to demonstrate. Isn't that the kind of problem-solving we should be modeling to our students? I cannot overstate the value of this experience on my own learning and practice. I consider myself fortunate to have witnessed my students engage in the learning process as they've made connections and discovered new ways of looking at the world. I look forward to a future of discovery for both myself and my students as we collaborate and learn new ways of inquiring about the world.